Hello my dear learner, welcome to another mathematics lesson. The topic which we are discussing is integration. Today we are going to look at a subtopic called definite and indefinite integral. Definite and indefinite integral. First of all, this symbol, we are going to learn a symbol here which looks like this. It looks like S, but it is not an S. It looks like a stretched S. So that symbol is an instruction to integrate. Is an instruction to integrate. For example, if you write this symbol and then y dx, what does that mean? It means you integrate y, or the expression for y, with respect to x. So that means integrate the expression for y with respect to x. Dx means with respect to x. Sometimes this integral or this symbol has limits, like written like that. So when we write like that, this a and b, this is a, this is b. This a and b are called limits, where a and b are limits. They are limits, or they are called limits. A is the lower limit, b is the upper limit. So when we are finding the integral with limits, that is called a definite integral. This is now a definite integral. That is a definite integral. When you find integral with limits, it's a definite integral. And I say a is lower limit, b is upper limit. But without limits, if there are no limits, then that is called an indefinite integral. So definite is where we have limits. And when we have limits, it means we can insert those limits. We find the integral within those limits, meaning we are going to get a definite answer or a particular answer after inserting those limits. We are going to get a definite answer, and that answer, that's why we are calling it a definite integral. But without limits, if there are no limits, like in this case here, it means we just integrate and find the integral, full stop. We don't put any values. But here, remember, a and b are values. A can be, for example, 2, b is 5. So we integrate, then insert. How to insert, we are going to learn that later. If we insert those limits in that integral, we are going to get a particular answer. But here, for indefinite integral, we just integrate. We don't insert any values, so we get just the integrated value or the expression. We remain with the expression. Here we get a specific answer. For definite integral, we get a specific answer. And let's look at an example, my dear learner. Example, evaluate evaluate 2, 4, 6, sorry, not 4. We evaluate that 2x squared plus 3 with respect to x. So we integrate this expression 2x squared plus 3 with respect to x within these limits. Lower limit is 2, upper limit is 6. So how do we deal with this? This is now a definite integral. This is a definite integral where we are supposed to insert those values and get a particular answer. So how do we deal with this? How do we deal with this? Step number one. I'm going to show all the steps. Step number 1, you integrate. Step 1, you integrate this 2x squared plus 3. When you integrate, what do we get? You get 2x raised to power 3 over that 3 plus 3x. When you integrate 3, you get 3x, then plus a constant c. That is step number 1. We integrate this. Step number 2. Step number 2. Step number 2, place the integral in square bracket. This is the integral. Place the integral in square bracket. And insert limits. You place this integral in square brackets, then you insert the limits. How do we do that? You use square brackets. These brackets, the one which looks like that, then the opening bracket, then you put 2x power 3 over 3 plus 3x plus c. Then close the brackets. We have placed it in square brackets. Then insert the limits. The limits are 2 and 6. Lower limit is 2. The lower limit, my dear learner, is written here. The upper limit is written here. That is the next step. You put that integral in brackets, square brackets. Then you insert the limits as shown in this, as I have shown. That is step number 2. We go to step number 3, my dear learner. Step number 3, you substitute the limit. Substitute the limits. You substitute these limits, 2 and 6. How do we substitute? Let us substitute 6 first. So when x is 6, what will be this integral? When x is 6, the integral becomes what? Just put 6 here in place of x. We'll have 2 times 6 cubed. 2 times 6 cubed over 3 plus 3 times x, which is 3 times 6 plus c. If you simplify that, my dear learner, you will get 162 plus c. That is what we get. If we insert 6, the upper limit 6 in this integral, we will get 162 plus c. Remember, c is a constant. We don't know what it is, it's just any constant. Then we insert the other limit, the lower limit. What will happen when x is 2? When x is 2, you insert 2 here. You will have 2 times 2 cubed over 3 plus 3 times 2 plus c. If you simplify that correctly, my dear learner, you are going to get 34 over 3 plus c. 34 over 3 plus c. 34 over 3 plus c. What do we do next, my dear learner? The next step, step number 4. Step number 4, you subtract the two results. You subtract the value of the lower limit from that of the upper limit. So meaning, subtract this minus this. That is 162 plus c minus 34 over 3 minus plus c. 34 over 3 can also be written as 11 and a third. So if you subtract that, what happens to c, my dear? What happens to this constant? C minus c will disappear. So we will remain with 162 minus 34 over 3. If you subtract 164 minus 34 over 3 correctly, my dear learner, you are going to get 150 and 2 over 3. And that is the final answer. Remember, I said for definite integral, we get a particular answer, which is a constant. And that is what we are getting. So if you simplify this or we evaluate this, if we evaluate this, we are going to get 150 and 2 over 3. 150 and 2/3. That is how we find definite integral. Definite integral gives you a particular answer. So my dear learner, those are the steps when we are dealing with a definite integral. We can simplify that, the process. We can simplify the process as I'm going to show you here. Because we had around, how many? 4 steps. So we can simplify or we summarize. The summary, when we are finding the integral of 2x squared plus 3 with respect to x from lower limit 2, upper limit 6, we can combine the first 2 steps. That is, integrate to get 2x power 3 over 3 plus 3x. And if you look at this, I want us to note something. The constant disappears. Always, for definite integral, at the end here, when you subtract, the last step of subtracting, that constant disappears. Therefore, whenever you are finding definite integral, you need not to put plus c. You can just stop it there. You need not. Because at the end, it is going to disappear. So you just integrate without putting plus c. Because there is no need. At the end, that c is going to disappear. So you just integrate that up to this point. Put in square brackets, insert limits. So we have combined here the first 2 steps. We've integrated, we've inserted the brackets and the square brackets, and also we have inserted the limits. So that is a summary. Then from there, what do? You substitute the next step is substitute the limits. You can substitute both of them, like I'm going to show you, to make it simpler. Instead of having many steps, we can put 6 here. We will have 2 times 6 cubed over 3 minus plus 3 times 6. Put that in the first bracket. We have inserted 6 in place of x. Then minus. Here now insert the other limit, the lower limit. Put 2 here. 2 times 2 cubed over 3 plus 3 times 2. We have inserted in the first bracket, we've inserted the upper limit. In the second bracket, we've inserted the lower limit. In between the two brackets, there is a minus. Don't forget that. The first bracket, upper limit. Then the second bracket, lower limit. Then there is a minus. You subtract the value for the upper limit, the value you are going to get for the upper limit, minus the value you are going to get here for the lower limit. So you simplify this. If you simplify all of that without much ado, you will get 150 and 2 over 3. So at least that is the summary of what we are supposed to do, my dear learner, when we are finding definite integral. So definite integral, that is how we deal with definite integral. So for today, my dear learner, I want to stop there. For today, I will stop there. I hope today you've learned how to find definite integral. Next, in my next lesson, maybe we are going to look at more examples on this same concept, definite and indefinite integral. So till we meet next time, my dear learner, bye-bye.